Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this Facebook Live on this Tuesday, April 25th. Lisa, Dylan, Scott. I gave you that look because
I know you look.
I can't really say anything because I always get the date wrong. But this morning,
sometimes
Dylan did say today, April 23rd.
Yeah, and you know, okay, so
you paused.
For whatever reason, I don't know why I decided to say the date on air, but I did, and I was like, well, this is my thought process in my head. I was like, all right, today being April 23rd, and I looked on my watch, like. Things I shouldn't say on air. No! And I was like, it's the 25th. And I realized I was wrong. But that's okay. That's live TV. I don't know why my brain was just like, you should say the date now.
It's true. You don't ever do that. So
I don't ever do that. And I just did it out of nowhere.
You'll never do it again.
Oh, we had a good time.
Also, the perfect day. Remember that Miss Congeniality?
Oh, today, Lydia just said from Miss Congeniality. Do you remember what is your perfect date? Right?
Yep.
And
Sometime in April. It's not. Wait, what's the line? I can't remember. What is it?
April 25th.
Oh.
All you need is a light jacket.
That's right.
April 25th. All you need is a light jacket.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
That's like the perfect line for a meteorologist to remember from a movie as well. So perfect. All right. Well, yeah, we should celebrate that.
Yeah.
Woo! For that reason alone. All right. Before we get into the weather and this perfect date, I want to remind you, of course, you can watch this anytime on your Facebook feed throughout the day. Today, you can also find us on your InForum YouTube channel and your favorite podcast platform. Just go to inforum.com/podcast and look for the InForum Minute because we make this into a podcast every single day, whether we have the date right or wrong. We stumble. You know, sometimes I think we should clean this up before they make it into a podcast. But why?
This is real.
This is
us.
real and raw. Good stuff.
All right,
All right.
Dylan. Tell us about the weather. We know it's kind of a chilly start today, but the
Yeah.
sun comes out for a
Yeah,
while
nice day.
today.
Yeah, mostly sunny skies for the most part of the day, I should say.
Okay.
And then clouds increasing, turning to partly sunny, highs in the 50s, light breeze. Pretty nice day. Get out and enjoy it for sure. So we'll have increasing clouds, but nothing like, no rain in the forecast today, at least, which is good. Today. You cannot. There is rain in the forecast for tomorrow. Woo!
The umbrella out.
Yeah, showers, not snow showers, rain showers. So that's
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
And a little breezy too, out of the south. 15 to 25, gusting to 35. So that's something we do have to hold on to our umbrellas for. Hopefully, don't go for a flying around ride
Mary
like Mary
Poppins.
Poppins.
There you go. All the movie references today.
And then kind of Thursday, maybe a couple of showers, but I'm thinking that's going to kind of be in the area. It won't be as widespread, I'm thinking, as tomorrow. And they'll be rather light. Friday, also looking cloudy with a few more showers. And then Saturday, rain, but the possibility of a few snowflakes.
I don't
Just
like
a
the
few.
snowflakes.
Just a few.
No snow piles.
No snow piles, just a few snowflakes. And of course, May is right around the corner, but still talking snow in the 10-day for the last weekend of April. So just a little bit, not significant, but there will be a few snow showers.
And at the end of the 10-day, though.
Yes.
Almost 60,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So,
we do have a 60-degree temperature in
even
the
though,
10-day.
yeah.
It is May, so we are almost there. Almost there.
Hold on a little longer.
Yes. Other than that, am I missing anything?
Well, this week we are.
Oh, it's North
honoring kind
Dakota
of,
Severe Weather
yeah, there
Awareness
you go.
Week.
Yeah,
Yes.
so tell us about that.
Today was tornado safety, and tomorrow is tornado drill day. So today, of course, just know where your safe spot is for tornadoes. I know it just snowed last week, but yes, severe weather is probably just around the corner. If we're talking temperatures in the 60s, it's enough for severe weather. So know where your safe spot is. Make sure you have all your stuff ready to go where it is. Sometimes people take like some of their stuff away from it for the winter because they need it for whatever reason, but they forget to put it back there for the summer months. So tomorrow is drill day, 11:15. That is the siren test for at least Fargo and Cass County, and the arrest. I'm pretty sure much of the state is about.
So
that
tomorrow,
time,
when everyone hears them, and you're like, and they're like, "What's going on?"
Yes.
You're panicking. You'd be like, Dylan told me.
tornado sirens test day. So
Test
that's
day.
tomorrow. Yeah. So we'll talk about thunderstorms and lightning on Thursday. So
All
there
right.
you go.
Okay. All week long.
Cool,
Good,
cool.
important stuff. All right.
Yes.
Thank you, Dylan. All right. Well, we talked about this a little bit yesterday, but today the city of Fargo will continue working to remove all of the temporary flood walls that they put into place last week. This is just such good news, just a sign of, things going in the right direction here in Fargo-Moorhead, at least. The First Avenue Bridge is where they started yesterday morning. We were looking at that live. Closed last week, open now. City leaders hope to have all of the flood walls down by the end of the day tomorrow. However, when we're like, yay, flood's over, not quite. A lot of the parks here in Fargo Moorhead are still closed because the red is still high. It's going down, but it's still very high. So 9 parks right now are closed, including Lindenwood Park, but kind of up and down the Red River.
Yep. A lot of flooding still. The water is still high there, but we're on the right track. Jack Williams Stadium is also closed right now. No wonder why. Most of the field, it's a video. It's all like underwater, so you can't really play any baseball there. Flooding there will likely keep the varsity Shanley team from playing there at all this spring, but Fargo's Post 2 team hopes to use it for their season, which starts late next month.
Well, and this was kind of cool as, we're talking about the water going down here in Fargo Moorhead. It, flows north. So the Red River up in the Grand Forks area and, everywhere north is seeing a lot more water right now. Well, right now, Grand Forks is using drones kind of attacking the flood fight from the sky, which I think is cool. They actually, county and city leaders teamed up with Northern Plains UAS. So for the past week, they've been monitoring the rising level of, floodwaters, from the sky. So seeing those views, it's really cool. And I would imagine it's a lot easier to observe the bodies of water, follow up on different, they say this is the first time they've actually collected this specific of data. They do the flyover in planes and stuff like that, but sending up a drone is kind of gets you a lot better look at everything. So that's cool.
Helps you plan ahead, know what you need to know. So cool stuff they're doing there. The Minnesota State House is set to reconvene today after discussing a bill that would legalize recreational marijuana. That discussion lasted into the early morning hours last night. They actually ended their session at 12:05. They will now be revisiting that bill again today at 11 o'clock this morning. And the Senate is already set to vote on that bill Friday. So, of course, we'll keep you up to date on any developments with that.
And on the North Dakota side, we're tracking some developments with North Dakota's new abortion law. Lawmakers made some revisions. Now becoming law immediately to the state's existing trigger ban and heartbeat laws. Some of those changes, those are currently blocked actually when it comes to taking effect by a lawsuit in state district court, which we've been tracking for you as well. But these new revisions will be tied to that case. Most likely the new law creates some exceptions for treating ectopic pregnancies, molar pregnancies. It also clarifies an exemption for rape and incest, but only before 6 weeks of pregnancy. And it's a lot. If you want to read more on what exactly was revised, why it went into effect right now, and what it means, go to InForum.com.
Yeah, it's kind of complicated because, so they voted, they put some new laws into effect, but it's currently in a lawsuit. So while they go into effect, they're technically under the lawsuit, so they're blocked temporarily. So it's kind of like an oxymoron in a way.
Yes, like immediately, but not yet in place.
Yeah.
Follow that? Yeah, I know. So anyway, that's why it's, if you kind of take a look.
Yeah.
It's a little easier to understand.
But, of course, we're going to continue to follow that, the lawsuit, any changes, all that kind of stuff. All right, meantime, today, the Jamestown School Board and Teachers Association will be exchanging contract proposals. It is the first step in getting a deal in place for the next 2 school years. By law, this agreement needs to be in place by June 30th, but the 2 sides hope to reach a deal much sooner than that. They're supposed to meet again to review those proposals on May the 16th. But in the case that they cannot reach a deal, the teachers would continue to work under the current conditions of the contract and then be prorated once that new contract is put in place.
This broke during First News this morning. People talking about it. You're seeing it on social media. It's official. President Joe Biden has made it official. He says he is running for a second term in office. His campaign put out a video this morning, right when First News started.
Yeah,
so
right at 5 a.m.
5 a.m.
Yep.
And it actually comes... And we talked about this last week. We knew it was coming on this day because this is exactly 4 years to the day that he announced his initial run for president in 2020. If reelected, Biden would set a few benchmarks. He'd be the oldest president ever elected president, a mark that he already set, but he would also be the first Catholic president to win reelection if that happens.
All right. And meantime, Democratic Senator Joe Manchin is threatening to repeal the Biden administration's Inflation Reduction Act if it is not implemented as planned. Manchin, if you remember, helped craft and pass the bill last year. During an interview, though, with Fox News yesterday, he blasted how the Biden administration is handling the bill's energy provisions. He says that the bill was about energy security, but that the administration is focused on the environment and has yet to address energy security since the bill passed. Manchin said that he will do everything in his power to prevent overspending, and he threatened that if the Biden administration does not change course, he would go as far as to, quote, vote to repeal my own bill.
A hot mic with Dom Izzo coming up here 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra, also InForum.com. A ton of interesting, breaking, newsy sports stories
Yeah.
going on this week. Of course, it's draft week. He's going to be telling us how Hankinson is preparing for its national TV debut with this week's NFL draft. Of course, we're all talking about Cody Mauch all week long.
Yep.
Can't stop. Also, trade speculation continues to swirl around Trey Lance as well.
It's interesting. A lot of teams that could be potential landing spots for him. A lot of buzz around the Vikings, of course, his home state, Minnesota. I know Lydia and her husband were hoping maybe the Titans would be in the running for that because they don't really have a quarterback that's great at the moment. So a lot of speculation, but it is just that speculation, but it's fun. So we'll see what happens and continue to follow that.
And also, I was asking a little bit this morning, you guys were breaking down the big trade deal.
Oh, yes. Aaron Rodgers going to New York. He's going to be a Jet. We won't get into the trade parameters, but
Because that was a little overwhelming to me. I was like, hey, what's going on with Aaron Rodgers? And then you guys, and then I was like, whoa, okay, that
Too
went
much.
Too much.
But
Too
yes.
much. I bet John will talk about that.
Oh, yeah. He's a big Jets fan. So this is probably like Christmas for him. If not better.
Probably. Well, so lots to talk about. You got to tune in today, 9 to 11, Hot Mic with Dom Izzo on WDAY Extra. And want to remind you all of the news that we're talking about. You can find it all in one spot, InForum.com. And it's a great time to get your subscription, 99 cents a month for your first 3 months. Just go to InForum.com/subscribe to get that deal.
That's right. And we got you covered on air as well. Our next newscast starts at 11. Then we have you covered this afternoon at 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10 as well. And we'll be back for our first news tomorrow from 5 to 7.
Have a great day, everyone.
Bye.